Rockford's home for classic rocks, 96.7 The Eagle. Good morning. I'm Double T. Special guest joining me, comedian Lewis Black. He's coming to the Coronado Performing Arts Center on January 30th. Tickets on sale now. Lewis, how you doing today?
Oh, it gets better every day.
And that's the name of the tour. Does it get better every day, or does it really get worse every day?
No, it just depends on who you are, really. You know, if you got that tax break that you got, then it does get better every day. If you didn't, I don't really think so. But no, and things are, kind of, it gets more insane every day. Is what it gets. So it's whether you like insanity or not. I mean, now I'm watching this on and off. I'm watching this stuff on TV, the impeachment stuff, and all you can say is that the one accomplishment we've had as a people is we now have a two-party system, and each party lives in a different reality, totally different reality. They've managed to completely cut off whatever part of the other group is living in, whatever their reality is. They'll have nothing to do with. It's unbelievable. You can't exist like this. Okay, doesn't work. Doesn't work. We have to agree on it. That's how come people come back from LSD trips, you idiot.
Speaking of LSD trips, I noticed your tour poster is kind of funky. You got the unicorn and the rainbow and the flower and everything.
Yeah, because I wanted everybody to feel a little bit better every day when they see it. Because, I mean, the other thing is all of my tours have always kind of, every time I name it, by the end of it, it's like I came too close to really what was happening. And this time I thought, let's just really... let's try to make people feel better.
And you know what's funny? I was talking to somebody the other day, and they saw your tour poster hanging up at the theater, and they're like, oh, that looks like a nice kid's show.
See? Exactly. It's partly to tell people, I'm not going to sit there and dwell on a lot of stuff that people think that I'm going to dwell on because they assume things. And they always have about my comedy. They've always assumed. First off, they've always assumed that I'm funny. Wait, is that unbelievable?
I'm talking to comedian Lewis Black. He's coming to the Coronado on January 30th. Now, when it comes to your comedy, do you enjoy putting a bit together more or performing it in front of the audience?
I enjoy both of them, because I put, what I do is but I'll be in Rockford and there'll be something that'll hit me and I'll start working on a bit. So I'm always working on putting a bit together in front of the audience. I think about it a little, but the only place that I really get it shaped is if I'm in front of people and get feedback from them. That's where I do my writing, is in front of the audience. And I'm smart enough, I think, I've learned enough now to kind of go, if it's not going well, I get out and I got something funny to say. Like doing it. I mean, there's some bits I've done, about whether Janet Jackson, whether they saw her breast or not.
Right.
I couldn't give that one up. I was doing it for so long. I was doing it until the next Super Bowl. That's how much I enjoyed doing that bit.
Is it easier to come up with stuff nowadays because you turn on the TV and you see what's going on, or does it actually make it harder to do your job?
What makes it harder is that there's a portion of my audience that shows up that's lost its mind. And part of it, which was the conservative part of the audience, now is like, you talk too much about him. And now the other side of the audience, the liberal part of the audience, says, I don't talk enough about him. So, you know what? I don't care. I don't care what they think. I've always talked about every president the same amount, but this is the first time where people come in to see a comedy show with, how come he's not talking about this? Well, they don't come in and go, boy, I really wish he'd talk about cats more.
That would be a good show. I'd come to that.
It would be. It would be, especially if you talk about Cats the movie. That's a piece. Whew. Boy, that's one of the worst things you could probably. If you really think things are insane, go see that movie and wonder who the hell put the money into that.
Bringing it back to the LSD, I think that's the only way you would enjoy it.
Yeah, there's not enough LSD to make you enjoy it.
Comedian Lewis Black is going to be at the Coronado on January 30th. If people are looking for you on the internet and stuff, where can they find you?
LewisBlack.com. rockford.com, and if if you get a chance, especially Rockford, because I've been through there a few times, I'm sure you've got something to complain about or rant about. And if you go to my website, it'll tell you exactly how to send in a rant for the show that night. And we do a live stream after every show in front of the audience. It goes throughout the world, and you have the opportunity to write something for that show. And if it's good, it can be serious, and it can be if it's serious and honest, and or funny or crazy, and or you tell me something that you should really know about Rockford that's just nuts, I'll read it.
January 30th is the show at the Coronado. Lewis Black, thank you so much for taking the time today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
It's Rockford's home for classic rock, 96.7 The Eagle.